Today's news. Christian Views. World Magazine.
Hey everybody, Warren Smith here, and I'm excited about the current issue of World Magazine, in part because it's our annual Roe v. Wade issue. We do this issue every year to commemorate the 1973 Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision, and it's always one of our most anticipated issues. I know that this year you won't be disappointed by the team coverage of developments in the pro-life movement that you'll find in the current issue. Among the stories in this issue is an in-depth look at the current resurgence in the pro-life movement. Surveys show that young people today are more pro-life than young people were a decade ago. They're also becoming more active in the pro-life movement. So we profile Lila Rose. Now you may have heard of Lila. She's become famous for her undercover videos of Planned Parenthood facilities. A look at Lila helps us understand how young people are getting more involved in the pro-life movement. We also take a look at some of the political developments in the pro-life movement. The 2010 election caused a lot of state legislatures to flip from Democratic to Republican control, and as if to prove that elections really do matter, we saw a lot of pro-life legislation pass in 2011. In fact, more than 65 new laws in 27 states. So we thought it'd be a good idea to take a look at the pro-life movement as seen from the state capitals of America. Also, and here's an interesting take, pro-life activism has mostly been the province of evangelicals and Roman Catholics. But our Washington-based reporter Emily Bells profiles a pregnancy resource center that specifically reaches out to Jewish women. And one of my favorite stories in this issue, a mission to rescue HIV-positive orphans. This story started with a painter and a stay-at-home mom, and to hear them tell it, God took over from there. All of that and a whole lot more pro-life coverage in our annual Roe v. Wade issue. Of course, we didn't forget that this is also an election year. And our news editor, Jamie Dean, has been in South Carolina following the presidential candidates and has an important story from the front lines there asking this question: is Mitt Romney the inevitable candidate, or will social conservatives rally behind Santorum or Gingrich or maybe someone else and surprise the Republican establishment? Check out Jamie Dean's always insightful reporting in the current issue of World Magazine. And by the way, I started wearing sweater vests long before Rick Santorum made them cool. Now, of course, I'm just skimming the surface of this issue with this brief summary. We also have our normal great coverage of music, movies, and pop culture from Arsenio Orteza and Megan Basham, and thoughtful commentaries from Joel Bells, Marvin Olasky, Andre Sue, Janie Chaney, and Mindy Bells. You know, the guys with the really big brains. You can find all of this in the current issue of World, available now online at www.worldmag.com. And by the way, if you go to the site, check out what our web editor, Mickey McLean, has done there. A lot of cool stuff, more than just the magazine. For example, you can download our new iPad app. And if you have an iPad, you should definitely give this a try, because our iPad app is not just an electronic version of the magazine. It has a lot of great interactive features that make World on the iPad a truly unique experience. We've also got a lot of breaking stories there, you know, the stuff that happens between the issues of the magazine, and tons of audio, including our new radio program, The World and Everything in It. It's 2 hours long, and it airs on 200 radio stations across the country, but you can download it every week or listen online at our website. Again, www.worldmag.com, and check out all this great content. Now, finally, before I go, guys, let me say one thing. If you're not subscribing to World, what are you thinking? Now, seriously, we want to make it easy for you to check us out by giving you 3 months of World Magazine absolutely free. We've got a special website set up just for this purpose. It's www.getworldnow.com. When you go to that site, you'll see a place for a promo code. Type in the word video. You can sign up and get the next 6 issues, 3 months, absolutely free. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out for the last few minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this, our first video, which previews what's in the current issue of World Magazine. I hope you enjoy the magazine, of course, and I also hope you'll join me next time.
World. Today's news. Christian Views.